What is the best CRM? Hey, what is up, guys? It is Harrison Barron, the Millennial Entrepreneur, and like I just said, we are going to figure out what is the best CRM out there. Now, I'm going to be comparing 4 of the arguably biggest CRMs on the market, with the exception of Salesforce, because I don't have that much experience with Salesforce. However, I have vetted all 4 of these. I have gone through hours of demos, and honestly, I want you to help me pick which one is going to be the best. Now, if I am only comparing 4, so I'm comparing HubSpot, Keap, which used to be Infusionsoft, SharpSpring, and ActiveCampaign, right? Those are going to be the 4 platforms that we are going to be comparing today. I'm going to go through the features, the benefits, ultimately what I understand about them. I have spoken to several of their reps, and I want to share with you guys the information that I've learned so you can make a better and more highly educated decision to help you grow your business. So without any further ado, let's share my screen here. So first one, let's go with is going to be HubSpot. So HubSpot is a massive platform and probably one of the biggest features. I'm sure you guys have probably seen me offer the free HubSpot training, but probably one of the biggest features of this platform that I absolutely love is actually going to be the fact that it's free. Yep, you heard that right. It is 100% free. So you're probably thinking, Harrison, how on earth do they make money if it's free? And you probably just saw that things cost money, right? The overall functionality of this platform of free tools is incredible. So you have forums, you have email marketing, you have ad management, you have landing pages, conversion inbox, live chats, conversational bots, team email, quotes, calling, ticketing, email scheduling, live chat, right? So ultimately, this platform is almost always going to be the platform that I tell any startup entrepreneur to go to. Bar none, no questions asked. If somebody's like, hey, I'm a brand new company, what platform should I get? It is almost always going to be HubSpot. Now, you can custom tailor HubSpot an extensive amount for the free version. Now, there are paid versions, right? So you have your starter, which just adds a little bit more. So you obviously see what you get for the paid versions, but there is, you get more lists, you get email automations, you get some workflows, some things like that. That's in the sales area where you can see some stuff in here, simple automations, conversion routing, task queues, multiple currencies, conversation routing, calling SDK, goals. It's honestly, you get quite a bit for $50 a month, and then each package is slightly different. So these are the starters, and the cool part is if you really want everything, they do offer a bundle for, you have the starter, the sales starter, the hub starter, you get everything for $45. Honestly, it's pretty cool. It's $50 a month, pay up front. It comes down to be $45 a month. Now, in my opinion, that is an absolute steal. Now, the other thing that you have to do, or as you consistently grow, is you're going to start to get into larger sales, larger business, right? And this is where I think that it becomes a little bit expensive. So you're talking about $800 a month. Now, some of you watching this might be like, oh my God, or some of you guys watching this might be like, oh my God, right? It's either a steal or it's going to be really, really expensive. Either way, totally fine. You have omni-channel marketing, you have workflows. I mean, it's really, really incredible. If you guys want to see a HubSpot workflow, and this is something I'm going to be bringing a lot up in this video because it's a lot of information, and they all do this. It's just which one you prefer, but it's pretty cool. You see the person starts here, they go into a decision tree, they go into another decision tree and another decision tree if they do something, right? And it just brings them all the way through this whole process. That is what you get in the Pro. There's also blogging features, SEO recommendations. You can run all your social media accounts from there. A/B testing, which in my opinion is probably one of the most powerful tools ever. You have website traffic analytics. I mean, you do get a lot out of this, all for $800. Here's the catch, though. 2 things. One, you get 2,000 contacts. Anything after that, I think, is another $20 per month on those contacts. The second thing is, if you go to the professional, you are going to have to work with somebody like my agency, right? And I'm not just saying my agency to plug my agency, but you need to be a HubSpot authorized partner. If you are not a partner, you cannot use professional, so that you'll either have to get paired with somebody, and ultimately that's designed to do one thing. And I actually do believe this. I'm not saying this because we're an agency. You don't want to spend almost $10,000 a year on a software, right, and not use it. So they make you have an agency so you can actually get the full benefit out of it. That full benefit is going to be tremendously impactful for you and your business. So that's the catch that's not stated here, is you do need to hire an agency for this. You can't just go out and get it if you wanted to. They probably will make exceptions, but I'm not 100% sure. But for the most part, you will need to get an agency involved. Same thing with professional. And then you also have the CMS, content management system, which is pretty cool. It is a little bit expensive. It's $300, just almost $300 a month. That is great. However, there's lots of cheaper options. We'll just leave it at that. All right, so that's number one. This is absolutely the platform I have the most experience with. Now, the next platform is Keap. I love Keap. I think it's a phenomenal platform. Honestly, I love all of them except for one. You guys will figure that one out. Infusionsoft used to be a legend in the world. Obviously, now it's rebranded as Keap. I still would say I'd prefer Infusionsoft, but you have your features here: CRM, sales pipeline, payments, reports, analytics, appointments, and email marketing. So right off the bat, Keap is way cheaper, kind of. And when I say kind of, the crazy part is if we go in here and we do 2,000 contacts, you're looking at $280 a month, which is still massively cheaper than you would actually be spending if you were on HubSpot. The catch is there's a little bit different functionality. So let's pull that up here. Do they give me one of those nice charts that I'm looking for? Probably. Yeah, there it is. So in the light version, so the light version is $209 a month, and I'm just using 2,000 contacts because that's what HubSpot starts you out at. If you were using, 500, you're talking about $159 and $79 and $199. I don't particularly like that because I think it's really important to have 2,000 contacts, so that way we're comparing apples to apples. So you have $209, $289, and $329 dollars a month. Now it includes 500 contacts and one user. It is $30 more per additional user, so keep that in mind. Now HubSpot, so I'm comparing apples to apples here, you have, when you go to your sales, if I could find sales, perfect. Starts at 5 paid users. So I mean, realistically here you're talking about $289, and then you're going to add on 3, 6, 9, 12. I can't do math right now. I'm not mathing well. 289 plus 120. You're talking about $409. So really, apples to apples with what you get on there, it's just a little bit cheaper. It's really not that much cheaper. But let's go into the nitty-gritty details here. So you get contact segmentation, and the only reason why I'm even mentioning these 4 is because I've already vetted all 4 of these. I firmly believe that these are phenomenal platforms, whichever one you pick. I don't particularly care which one you pick, but I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of all of this. I do genuinely like all of these. I'll give you my thoughts and feedback at the end of this video. Contact management, pretty straightforward. Contact segmentation, tags, save searches, filters, contacts list. All pretty standard. Tasks, forms, B2B management, landing pages, lead scoring, right? So landing pages is available in the Pro. That would be a free option in HubSpot. Then you have lead scoring, which is under Max. That just means how many times they're coming back to the website, seeing it over and over and over again. That would be something, if you are looking for that, would be very valuable, right? They have to be in the system. If they're in the system, you can see how many times it's called a cookie. They put the cookie on the visitor, and then that will tell you how often they're coming back to the website, and then ultimately, hey, maybe you should reach out. Maybe you should send them an email. Or if they get a certain number of visits, maybe send them an email sequence. Quotes available in all of them. Sales pipeline. Something that you would probably think you would find in the Lite. It's only available in the Pro. Little disheartened about that, but no big deal. You have the mobile app, SMS messages, and phone line. So pretty cool. I'd be very curious to know what's actually included in that. In the free version of HubSpot, you get 1 hour of calling, if I remember correctly. And if the paid version, you get, I think, 8 or 10 hours of calling. Don't quote me on that one. I'm not 100% sure on that. Email marketing, across all of them. Email sync, Gmail, Outlook. Yep, that's pretty normal. A/B email testing. Now, this is a function that's only available in the Pro version of HubSpot. Not available in the $45 a month or $50 a month or the free version. And then automated text messaging, beta. Text messaging broadcast, beta. So typically you're going to have to use a third-party platform. Same thing with HubSpot. Get paid invoices, one-time payments, reoccurring payments, subscription management, checkout forms. Now I'm comparing the Pros. I'm not comparing the Maxes, and I'm not comparing the Lights. I think the Pros is probably what most people are going to end up with. Discount codes, no. Sales funnels, no, which does hurt me a little bit. One-click upsell and cross-sell is not available. It will be coming out in the Max next month. Shopify integration. So a little less functionality. You have easy automations, great reminders, great internal forms, API, phenomenal. Advanced automations. Now, this is going to be your workflows and pipeline automations. Those are going to be your workflows. Those are going to be the way visitors and potential customers are traveling through your system. Now, reporting, admin, and support. So reports, analytics. You only get analytics in the max. I don't know how much of a deal breaker that would be for some people. You got to be careful with that. Then you have your default user roles and your customizable dashboard. But then you don't get custom user roles. So that's not available. So in HubSpot, you can absolutely toggle on and off different features in people's accounts and what they should and should not have access to. All in all, though, it is a phenomenal platform. I love the way it's laid out. The automations are literally as easy as you can see right here. It's like, hey, just drag this email to this if they open it, and that's what they're going to get. It's very, very simple. I would say it's the farthest thing from a clunky system. The next is going to be SharpSpring. SharpSpring is a great platform. I'm not against it or anything like that. I'm currently in the ad spot. Let me grab the main page here. So you'll see a bunch of different stuff. Now, SharpSpring has a weird way of selling. What they do is they sell agencies licenses, and then those agencies can then go resell these licenses, right? So they have SMB, enterprise, and agency. So let's just go with let's go with agency. So in here you have agency, so small business, right? You have 1,000 contacts. We're going to bump that up to 2,000 contacts because I think that's an important number. It automatically clicks it up to 2,500. So you're talking about $500 a month. You get email marketing, email automations and workflows, which is phenomenal, right? So you're talking about $6,000 a year, right? Where Keap was $289 per month, but you still get those 5 extra users. Now, I don't believe that there's a limit on how many users you can have. There is just a number of contacts, and you pay by contact. Now, the agencies do get special pricing on here. I think that's something that you guys need to know. But you get full access to the revenue growth platform, and then there's agency-specific features, just allowing us to jump in and out of different accounts, and some other features that would make our lives easier coming from an agency side. Still, you have forms, landing pages, social listening, and engagement. Pretty cool. You can see who's engaging, who's not engaging. SharpSpring ads. It's their own ad platform that's built in and integrates with Facebook and other platforms. You have blogs, chatbots, all pretty standard. Sorry, I gotta take a drink of water here. You have a customizable CRM, a lead scoring option. So once again, how many times they visit, right? Pipeline management, sales optimizer, smart mail, meetings, video calls, life of the lead. So how long they've actually been inside of your system, which they just put that in as a light item. You can see that in Keap and sales in HubSpot as well. Drawing a blank there. Cloud dashboards, campaign tracking, asset tracking, multi-touch attribution, monthly usage reports. These are all fancy ways to say you just get a lot of analytics and tracking. Is it that impressive? Kind of. It's nothing like earth-shattering, but it's definitely on the more impressive side. Unlimited users, which is a very nice feature. If you look here, there's 5 here, and then you have to pay for an additional user. This has unlimited users, unlimited free support, unlimited free training, dedicated onboarding expert, paid onboarding required. So keep that in mind, right? You have unlimited users. That is a very nice feature, especially if you have a lot of people in sales using it, if you have a large marketing team using it. That is definitely something that I would find probably the most attractive. Then you have 5 times emails by the contacts per month, open API, hundreds of integrations, and then as you start to get into the enterprise, which we're not really talking about, there's really not too much. Enterprise integrations, rebrandable interface, sales dialer, and then private IP, sorry. Now, there is some other features for the agencies. If you're curious, if you're buying it from an agency, they do get special pricing, so it's a little bit of a cheaper discount. It allows them to resell and make some money on there. Client management and billing, same thing, just more for agencies. Client licensing packages, so sometimes you might have to buy 5 licensing packages and go sell all those. You get them at a discount, but you still have to go sell them. Agency marketplace profile, flexible architecture, strategic onboarding, online platform training, partner growth webinars. Is there that much of a benefit to it? I mean, if you're an agency, it's definitely a no-brainer. But as far as like the actual features and functions of this, I would say it's very much so streamlined with HubSpot and with Keap. Now, the crazy part is if you really think about it, right? We did that quick little math. It was 289 plus 120, 289 plus 120, and it's not coming up yet. $289 plus $120 is $409. So you're talking about just under, you're saving $100 per month, or really $90 per month. Is it that much of a savings for the same amount? Yeah, I don't quite know, right? So this is so far not the cheapest. The cheapest right now is currently Keap Infusionsoft. Now, the last one that I want to cover is ActiveCampaign, and I think that ActiveCampaign is also a phenomenal platform, hence why I'm doing a review on it, and I just want to go over what is actually offered. If I was going to go through in depth all of these, we would be here. I mean, it's currently 10 o'clock at night because I have to get my 120 videos done, and this was what came to mind. But this video would be 2 hours long if I did, or 3 hours long if I did a side-by-side comparison. So, excuse me. Once again, I'm going to do 2,000. All right, so it kicks me up to 2,500 contacts. We'll do build monthly. I think that's probably the most fair. Now, this is probably the most attractive out of all of them as far as pricing goes. So you have the light, plus, professional, and then enterprise. Now, in this case, we are going to be covering the professional package, so that way we are comparing apples to apples here. Otherwise, you have the light and the plus. And honestly, the amount of functionality that you get in ActiveCampaign is kind of ridiculous, if you ask me. So in here, you're going to get everything in the previous ones. So, for example, we're going through professionally. You would get everything here in plus and everything here in light. So I'm not going to go through all of these, but I'm going to point out some of the ones that stand out at me because it is kind of ridiculous how much you get in here for the whopping total of $159. Now, I totally understand that not everybody's going to want to do that, but for 2,500 contacts for $55 a month is also kind of crazy if you ask me, right? And then if we go into users, up to 25 users and then up to 50 users, I wanted to point that out. So even on the cheapest plan of $55 per month, you still get 3 users, which is just magical. Now, you can have more users in HubSpot on the free version, but the professional version, I mean, you're getting 50 users. That's kind of insane if you really think about it. Now, some of the things that really stand out to me, obviously email marketing, email automations, landing pages, all the good stuff that we would really hope for. A lot of email templates. I mean, an absurd amount of email templates. You get to be able to send newsletters, subscription forms. You're going to have form collections. You're going to have Facebook custom audiences, contact scoring, all the good stuff that you would really, really hope to have from a HubSpot or from a Keap or from a SharpSpring. It's kind of all boiled down into one platform. So then you have the sales suite, win probability, right? So yes, HubSpot offers this conversion reporting, right? Split automation, CRM and sales automation, lead scoring, sync inboxes with CRM, mobile CRM app, which is probably one of the most attractive things. I can't speak for Keap or SharpSpring. I do know that HubSpot does offer one. Import leads, sales emails, lead capture forms, segmentation, outreach, which is always nice. The sales suite seems pretty awesome. Now, the one thing I have yet to see from ActiveCampaign is actually the CRM itself. I know that it exists. I just did not see like the full meat and potatoes of it when I was on my call, but that's okay. I've spent literally over an hour with all of these going through them, and that's why I'm making this nice little video for you guys. I think one of the most beautiful things about this is there are so many features that is offered in the professional. Like you have split automations, personalized product experiences, in-app messaging. I mean, the list, customer success pipelines. I mean, everybody's renaming different areas, so you're gonna get a majority of every single one of the previous softwares that was reviewed. There really isn't anything that sticks out tremendously on here. I do know that there's also a onboarding fee for Keap. I forget what the exact number is. For SharpSpring, I'm not 100% sure. And then there's also I believe it's a voluntarily done onboarding for them. So then you have your sales, you have your service suite, and then you have your platform and support, which I think this is probably the most attractive. So you have 50 users up here. You have a one-on-one onboarding, so that's what you're going to be paying for. They will bring in anything from Keap, in Salesforce, Infusionsoft. I mean, you name it, they're gonna bring it in for a nominal fee. They also integrate with a ton of different websites out there. Most of these, or if not all of these, integrate with every website. APIs, unlimited interactive contacts, 500 plus automation recipes. The fact that they offer these pre-built out is really, really nice. That's definitely something that I think the other platforms don't offer or push. Import contacts, chat and email support, which is always nice to have chat support because in the HubSpot, you have to go in and you actually have to go to the community forum, and then if you're in the paid versions, you get email support, and then when you're a partner, you get priority support. Unlimited interactive contacts. You have mobile contacts, marketing and marketing access, custom user permissions, which is nice because you can restrict your users. You have advanced mobile reporting, advanced integrations with learning, e-commerce. You have free strategy session, which is always nice. And once again, free 50 users, 3 one-on-one trainings per month, which is huge. I mean, that's worth its weight in gold. Now, the enterprise, you do get a couple other features: custom domain, custom mail server domain, custom reporting. I mean, the good stuff that you would want. But I don't see anything that really stands out except for the fact that you pretty much get every single thing in all of the platforms. That's the nice part about it. So we currently have all 4 platforms. They'll have very similar features. I don't think that there's anything in any of them that really is like, hey, this is the one, right? You have to work with an agency for HubSpot if you really want the premium stuff, where on Keap, SharpSpring you have to use an agency if you want that experience. Keap, you don't have to use an agency, and then ActiveCampaign, you don't have to use an agency either. Now, what would I recommend for people? I think we've gotten to that point where I can start recommending software. Personally, if you're just starting out, go HubSpot. No doubt about it. You'd be crazy not to go HubSpot. That's my personal opinion. If you are getting further along and you kind of have an audience and you're building an audience, and I personally would say if you are a much more automated system where you're getting a lot of leads online, use ActiveCampaign. Their email marketing is just known to be the bee's knees, right? That's just it. It's known to be the greatest marketing campaigns. Now, if you want a little bit more of a sophisticated version of HubSpot for a little bit of a cheaper price, I would personally recommend Keap. I think Keap is phenomenal for those higher end companies. I don't think the features and the attractiveness of it, especially with Infusionsoft, it was really, really high end software. They've come down significantly in price. It used to be way more expensive than it currently is. And then arguably my least favorite one is probably SharpSpring. When you go in the software, it just looks like it's American cheese. It's vanilla ice cream. There's no pizzazz, right? HubSpot is great because it feels a little more lively. ActiveCampaign feels like the hyped up kid on the block who's ready for everything, and Keap is the sophisticated businessman that knows his way around the world. That's the way I could relate them all, right? You're going to have, each one is going to have its own appeal to it. I would highly recommend you guys going and checking these all out, but I think this is a really good comparison against the 4 main ones. Now, you guys might be thinking, Harrison, why didn't you do Salesforce, right? I've used Salesforce. I don't love Salesforce. Now, I'm not saying I haven't used it before. I have used it before, but in my opinion, it's very clunky. And the fact that you need somebody in-house to design and keep working on the system all the time, I'm not sure I love it. But other than that, these 4, I would say, probably heaviest hitters in the marketing, industry world, those would be my recommendations. If you're starting out, HubSpot, I get it. Not everybody's going to be able to afford HubSpot. I think that's where ActiveCampaign and Keap come in. If you're an actively growing business and you get a lot of leads online, I think ActiveCampaign is probably the way to go. But I do love Keap. It's that refined, sleek, gentleman-esque. And they're all not that far apart from pricing. I mean, HubSpot's definitely on the higher end, but keeping Infusionsoft and ActiveCampaign are right around the same area. The reason why I keep saying Infusionsoft is because they rebranded. I've used to use Infusionsoft, so it's just weird to say the name. But I mean, they're pretty much neck and neck. It just really depends on what your flair is, what you guys like, what you guys don't like about them. I would definitely recommend going through a demo. I would highly recommend my advice, but do your own research. Let me know down below if there's another CRM. I know that there's Dubsado out there, and there's Zoho out there, and there's Act. I can make a video for 5 days straight of all of the CRMs out there, and I wouldn't even scratch the surface. But this is the 4 best ones, in my opinion. All right? Hope you guys enjoyed that. Links are always down below. Appreciate you guys. Other than that, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. It's been a heck of a weekend here. Between flooding in my apartment and family here and whatnot, I'm excited to be back in front of my computer. I'm excited to be hanging out with you guys. I'll see you guys later. Bye.